Kids helped me put up these straps. Pickle's got hers. Cade's got his. They like to help. Good job. Good job, Cade. Well done, kiddos. All right, guys, we're getting ready to press these bearings into the holders. So here's the new bearing. This is from C&H. It's a RA108RR. It's a Fafner. The part number from New Holland is 843-30072. That is just the bearing. There's one roller on this baler that requires just the bearing. In the parts book, there's a different part number for the other two rollers. And the different part number is the bearing already in this casted, machined holder. So we took this out, pressed these old bearings out, as you saw already. And I'm going to press this new bearing in here. And that's, I think these were about $130, $125, $130, something like that. And this here was, I don't remember, $47, I think. So, you know, $80 less, give or take, for just the bearing rather than the whole assembly. If you got just a little press, I got just a little cheap 12-ton Harbor Freight press, and it pressed it right out. You can also source these from a bearing supplier, and I was going to do that, but they only had 3 bearings. I needed 6 of these, and it was going to take forever to get them, and so I just went ahead and went with C&H. They're actually about the same price anyway. I took one of the old bearings and I stacked it on top of the new bearing, a piece to bridge the inner race, and that'll keep me from pushing the inner race on the new bearing. And since I'm not having to go too far, I'm not worried about this one here being stuck or whatever. She's going. Got it. We're up against the step in the back here, and now we're ready to and this whole thing here will press in that roller. Now we're not gonna be able to press it, we're gonna have to drive it in. We have to do this to one more roller, so 2 more of these. We haven't got that roller off yet though. We're waiting until we get the roller that these goes in back on and the other roller back on before we take that one off. So, this is ready to go on the roller. Afternoon, guys. Dad, he came and got those bearings that I pressed in this morning. All right, guys, we're gonna do kind of the first, not really the first thing I've done. I did pull the stacker with this tractor. It did really good. It's got a really nice speed for the stacker. It's got enough weight to pull the stacker. My little tractor pulling the stacker, not the best idea in the world. It does good, and you can see really well and maneuver good, but you can't stop. Every time you take off, it pops a wheelie. Can't hardly turn. There's quite a few negatives, really. This will really be the first time doing something other than running the stacker with the Oliver. I don't really need to be filming while I've got them on the tractor anyways. Pounds loaded up on the trailer, and we're heading to Dad's. He's already baling. Hopefully nothing goes wrong again. And I'll get there and start picking up. I can hear that baler pounding. That's a good sign. We're gonna walk out here, check out the hay, see how the bales are looking, how he's doing. Then we'll come back up here. We'll check the stacker and the tractor out and start stacking. Looks like he's yielding pretty decent. Bales are fairly close together. All right, check this out. Well, out here he went right by me, and I'm trying to get that stinking drone going. You got to calibrate it, and you got to do all this crap. Got it calibrated, and I heard him turn the tractor down. So must be having some kind of issues. So we'll see what he's got going on here. This is some beautiful, beautiful hay. Not hung on the bill hook. 269 bales on it so far. Of course, we're going to have to subtract 3 bales from that. We missed one, and then the one right there. And then he had, he cut the twine off the other one because it was messed up. It's tied. Woo-hoo! Pretty solid, 9 bales. Dad did good. A lot of times, Daddy-O likes to make them just a little bit loose so they're not super heavy, but I think with the stacker, I've got him talked into cranking them down so they're good, tight bales. You know, I don't want no 80-pound bales or anything, but I want them to be 50. You know, if they're a little bit more than that, great. If they're much less than that, you know, I don't want to crank them down till we're busting strings and stuff, but it needs to be a good, tight, solid bale. Customers will appreciate you more. The stack will stay better. They handle better, I think, especially if you're mechanized, which we're not really mechanized yet, but we're working on it for sure. Put this here. Sometimes that quarter turn chute either flips them too far or doesn't flip them far enough. These bales turn like this really screw you up when you're rolling. Gosh, that's some nice, fine, leafy hay now. High quality. Glad to see the Kubota up and running like it's supposed to be. Grease should be good. I haven't used it much since I greased it last. My biggest concern actually is this rolling rack. It seems to want to walk around a little bit on me, and one side of the stack will kind of lean back a little bit. But I do have some stuff that I really need to do to it. But we're using it right now, and I've got other things more pressing, so I haven't messed with it. But definitely for next year, I got some things I want to have done. But right now, it's working. Now we gotta turn the PTO on so we can lift up the loader. Got this control lever here. Up is up. Off we go with the Ford 7600 Stats tractor and the New Holland 1032 stack liner, stack wagon, stacker, whatever you want to call it. I call it a stacker or a stack wagon. Let's show you how we pick up some bales. Let our loader down. And turn our PTO on. So then I wait till I hit it, and then you got to keep on going, and you operate it like that. Real quick rundown of how it works. The bale goes in the loader. It gets flipped up here, runs over here on a chain, and stops because the chain ends right here. Then the second one gets in here and it runs over here and it pushes a trip. This here is the first table, flips it up on the second table. Does that 5 times for 10 bales, and the second table stands those up to the load rack, and they'll do that 7 times, and then we'll dump this whole load rack off at the barn. First load to dump off. Works out good. We got that stack of hay in there. We'll use that as our backstop. This time here we're going to try putting a couple of old cattle panels we got trimmed down for our tie tier. So we're going straight, 10 on edge through the whole stack, or we're going to put basically wire in between 2 of them. So here comes the first one. So here's what it looks like. We got 2 on there because they're not quite the right size, overlapped. See how this works. Load number 2. I think this will work better than tie tiers, because tie tiers don't tie the back 2 on together. And so when you stand it up, they just fall right over. All right, here's the comparison, guys. This is the one that we used cattle panels on. This is the one with the tie tier. And you can see the problem with the tie tier is it only ties the front 3 together and the back 2 just kind of fall back. And then I can't grab it with the grapple because it's not tight enough to grab. Now this one here, put the panels on there so they're long enough to reach from front to back. And you can see the difference. It's actually a fairly solid stack. And I don't know that I'd trust it on a trailer going down the road without strapping it or anything like that, but you see it's not even actually using the backstop. She's freestanding right there, guys. So I think the wire works better, for sure. All right, guys, we're headed out for load number 3. That wire worked so good, it's not even funny. So, got another couple of panels on here. Dad's gonna cut. We got some 2x4 welded dog wire. We call it dog wire. He's gonna cut a couple pieces of that, and we're gonna use that on this next stack too. It just worked. I mean, it just worked. Period. Way better than the tie. Yeah, not quite. About another foot. This right here is probably the worst thing on this thing. I just need to, I know it's not right. I need to do some adjusting and just kind of check it out. But there's really the biggest problem I have. Every once in a while, the hydraulics will kind of hang up in a spot. They always come right out of it though. And what I mean by hang up and come right out is it'll like when the first table comes up, you can hear it kind of stalling out, and then it does that for a couple seconds, then goes right back down. So I'm sure it's some kind of adjustment there. Like I said, it definitely has some stuff that I need to kind of take a look at, but it's working right now and I'm loving it right now. Daylight, I can load. I'm loading at 2nd gear high range, probably 6, 7 miles an hour, probably not quite 8. For a newbie, it's not too bad. All right, let's roll. Made it home, skid steer in tow with the grapple. Bale my hay tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I love to see the views on my videos. I love reading your comments and replying to you. So keep it up, guys. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. God bless you. God bless America. Franklin County Forage out.